Couple of things. Alright, just a couple of blemishes that I really want to get to. Just a couple of things. Not much left. That's on this layer. I don't get why it's not. Not working. There we go. Oh wait, no, hold on. No, still not doing it. That's strange. Alright. About overlay. Maybe I have to darken it a little bit. For it to. There we go. What was it? Recycling? Or is it radioactive? I think it was recycling. Let me see. Hold on. I think it's just a symbol, but yeah, let's see. Let's just make sure. Let me think. Oh, I have to go to Instagram. Gotta go to Instagram. Ah, the 1340 people. I feel like they're bots. I stopped responding. Anyway, I wanted to check out Brian's. Is it a fucking? Brian already like modeled this thing. I don't understand exactly how. Like, cause it's. I've been working on this for I don't know, on and off. For a while now, I guess. Maybe I'm losing track of time, but usually it takes like a week to get a character done or something like that, some shit like that. Crazy number. And Brian's already done with it, so I don't know. That's really fast, as far as I understand. So there's a model of it up here. Yeah, it's a recycling thing. I'm gonna grab just a couple of these things that I didn't have and Brian came up with, and I think they're pretty cool. So recycling, I feel like it works really well. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, like a little gray. Just a little something. It's not too big, not intrusive. Goddamn. Not intrusive, not what's it called? Put it on a lower opacity, maybe overlay. No, let's go with that looks good. Let me try lighter color too. What's the difference between lighter color and normal? Not much. How about linear dodge? Yeah, linear dodge looks really up to. And I'm gonna take it to 80 opacity. Yeah. Okay, that looks nice. That looks good. What else? A couple of these things. This thing is working, right? Let's hope. Just gonna spam it one time just to see. Yeah, boy. I love this thing that I get to, that it sends 4 chat messages. I don't know, something about that. It's like, I don't like that. Oh. Bye. 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 Oh, right. The layer. The layer, of course. Get rid of this then. What did I do here? Lock this one. Lock it. I didn't like this thing? That's strange. Wait, let me see. I'm not sure I like this new thing here. I feel like the old one was better. I feel like the old one was way better. I have some of it, but yeah. I think fixing the the way it was looking is more important than the actual content of it. Okay, that's good. All right. Let's see. That's fine. The hands, yes. So Grump threatened to. Grump didn't want these in originally, so, but I think he warmed up to them, so I think we're good there. I like these hands, but I think I don't like these hands now. The thing is that they're way too grainy, I think. I wanna have them like a little bit less grain. A little bit less grain, a little bit. Kind of looks like he has really fat hands, so just wanna do that. And then I also want to take a crack at the branding. I think it's the color. Hey Bazzer, what's up? Hey Hypebot. Thank you for notifying me. And hey, welcome to the stream. Jewel Maze. I love that like friggin' Mixer has like non-intrusive follow alerts. I love that. There's something just great about that. It's perfect. Oops. Cause I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the X just followed all over the screen. I don't know, something about that. I feel like it ruins video quality for me when if I want to record something. I'm not really recording anything right now, but like sometimes people like for me to record stuff, so like I've had like multiple companies like after them or whatever private clients ask me for like, hey, do you have a recording of this? Because we'd like to use it as content, something like that. And then it's like, yeah, I do have a recording, but there's a whole bunch of stuff like all over it. So looks totally unprofessional and wholly what's it called? I mean, the chat is like, it's basically non-intrusive. I could even edit it out. I could make it like a black box if I really wanted to. Or I could put a logo there, put a copyright thing, but like the top bar, there's no way to get rid of that and make it like, you know, this is what's it called. And so, you know, it's a setup. But yeah. Bazzery. What you up to, Bazzery? Hope it's something good. I'm addicted to the Conan soundtrack. I gotta be honest, like, the sound direction in that game is just phenomenal. I don't know, like, if they grabbed it from somewhere else. or like it's part of the movies or something, because I never watched the movies. I just know that Arnold did it. Arnold did it. It was great. Ta. Conan the Barbarian. I'm not a cuck, I'm a barbarian. Yeah, I've been grinding hard. I don't know, like games like that, I just sink hours and hours and hours and hours in. Like, especially after work, I just come home and I don't want to do anything. I just want to I just want to chill out. I have no brain energy. But here's the good news: I'll be here till 3:20 now because they're giving me different hours. I'm gonna have no weekend though, so I don't know what that's gonna be like. I don't know if I can keep that up, but I think they found my services indispensable, so now they want me there every freaking day. So I don't know about that. I don't know if I can do that exactly. I feel like soon they're gonna be coming after the morning hours, and I need those hours because I want to paint. I don't want to, because that actually, like, I can do something. I feel like I can. There's a way to move up that ladder. I feel like no matter how well I put items in their shelves, I don't think I'm gonna get promoted. So, I'm still gonna do it as as best as possible because this just kind of just the way I am. I am this way and I cannot do it any other way. But yeah, it's the Ubermensch mentality. So definitely not a cuck. Totally Ubermensch 100% of the time. I prefer to work at night. I would prefer to work at night. Too, because like morning hours are just better. And I do I do prefer to work at night. Like it just feels nicer. The only problem is that it's a dangerous neighborhood, so like coming home is kind of dangerous, kind of not great. Plus side, I've kind of just gotten addicted to taking Ubers home since it's literally $2 more than the bus, and it takes me right to the house, so I don't have to run, which is kind of bad because then I miss my daily exercise. But I'm already compensating for it, so whatever. Oh, you like working on creative stuff at night? No, I'm not good with that. I have golden times, so I have a time where I can work like just balls to the wall. I can do it, but then I just become physically unable, and then it's just like, okay. This stuff up. A lot of small details, a lot of scribbling, trying to get some of that blend to stick. Night Owl, yeah. So why have you, like, I don't know if that's like, why don't you like Discord? How about that? How about that approach? Why don't you like Discord? Discord is so awesome. I just love it so much. Like, it's my preferred way of communicating with people now. It's just like, it's great. I just log on, type in a couple messages, disagree with people, say some shit like they don't like. It's like, yeah, well, the economics of this don't actually work the way you think they do. I just put some snide shit in and just like walk away. So I have a bunch of friends that use it now. So I talk with a couple of friends at least with Discord, which is nice. Cause before we were all on Skype, and some of these people are still on Skype because they have like grandparents, things like that, but. I don't get like what is so hard about doing the easiest thing. I talked to someone in the store. I was like, why don't you just use Amazon for this difficult to get product that it's just like impossible to acquire? And she's just like, I can't do that. I don't understand how that works. It's like literally, like, the whole point of it, of all these things, is to make the easiest way possible to do something. That's technology, right? Technology. What is technology? What are ethics and things like that? And how is technology a part of ethics? It's philosophy again. Haha. But yeah, it's like, how is it like you press the buttons and it does? But like I've met like young people, like I can understand almost kind of old people the struggle. But I've met like 20-year-olds that can't touch a computer, and I'm like, you can't even type? What are you like? Come on, dude. Step up, my friend. And some of these things that I take kind of for granted are things that people like don't understand how to do. I don't understand exactly how that's come about, but like if it was up to me, I'd make everyone leave school with like 90 words per minute typing, or or you fail, and then you can do other things with your life. Groups are difficult to talk to. DMs are basically Steam, and that's it. I don't like Steam for DMs, and like you have to log on, and then you have to do like all these things, and you can do DMs in Discord, and it's very good. I find it the best. Like it's literally like 2 extra steps, and for me, technology is supposed to eliminate those extra steps, and so like when I look at it, I'm just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do any of that. Just screwing around with these sheeps a little bit. Purge everything. Yeah, purging the chat was also kind of like, why? You could just leave the chat. You don't have to purge it. There's no real reason. No real reason to purge it. It's okay. We have like 6 chats between those 7 people, which I find like ridiculous. But it's like the chats keep getting deleted, so by the chat owner deleting the chat, it just keeps happening, and it's like there's like no way to prevent it for some reason. Like we just can't get some guy that's like literally willing to create an account that he never logs onto and just like create that chat, and so every time it gets deleted, we just make new ones. And that's why we have 7 backups. That's why we're like, it's impossible to get rid of us. Period. Like if someone wanted to get rid of us for whatever reason, I don't even know why they would, but I feel like that'd be very paranoid. But like we have 7 backups for no reason. There's just no reason to have this many backups for basically people who talk shit online. Like, there's no reason, but it keeps happening that the server keeps getting deleted, and so each time we just kind of Voltron up and everyone's friends. I mean, we don't really need a server, like a home server. We're good without it, but it's so annoying. The folders, I had to burn the. I'm sorry, dude, but you can't burn the folders. Once you put something out on the internet, Lato has it. That's it. It's just there. This dude has all the folders completely intact on a 10 terabyte hard drive, which he keeps around just that. Lato, by the way, if you're listening, please don't report my activities to the FBI. Thank you, Lato. I appreciate that. You're the best. No, but seriously, yeah. He like, why? Like, I don't understand it. Personally, I find it like it's just so monotonous, and then there's no real reason, that I can think of that's not like malice. Like if someone gets a job and you send that all to his boss, it's like, oh yeah, well this guy said some dirty shit that one day 7 years ago in like a private chat server that no one can prove that it like even exists anymore because it's been deleted 70 times. Like this guy was talking about economics and shit. Oh no. I don't understand why that server keeps getting deleted. I just don't get it. But it just keeps happening. You have a copy of Lato's folders. Lato's folders get uploaded to the internet, and like he makes backups of the backup folders. That's how That's how like OPSEC, real OPSEC. If you want to like what what is like what is how do I disseminate information? I feel like this guy has been like monitoring or watching like Julian Assange or something. He's like, yeah, that's smart. I'm gonna do it just the way that Julian does, and then it's that's how it is. This guy is no joke, no joke. This is serious, serious folder nonsense. Where did my music go? All right, I did some changes. While that's cooking in my brain, because I could still see some things. Let me see. Where's my branding? Oh, it's in the big file. Okay, let me just grab that, and then because I have a couple of ideas. I think a lot of old sci-fis did get it right. They got the branding right, like 100%. Like when you look at it, there's no no questions in your mind. What is this? It has this feeling like the words and the words are very important, but so is the way that the words are portrayed. You know, this classical modern art versus not so modern art argument. You could always do it better. Maybe there might be a best way to do it. You know, let me just take a look. Did it get worse? I don't think we're good. I think, but it is getting to that point where you're working for 3 hours and it's just like it's doing nothing. All right, let me see. Let me stop. Where is that? All right, that's one. That's one of the what's it called. Get that layer. Ramped. Spelled brand wrong. Duplicated. All right, that's one of the ideas that I had. Subject 3. No, don't need it. Save this one. This is why you have backups though, because like when you get to this stage, it's like you can't really screw it up, but it might not be getting better, and so after a certain level of detail, it's just like it really is difficult to push past. Okay, let me screw around with this branding. That, what is that? What is this thing right here? Oh, there's nothing there? Okay. Cool. Cool story. Let me see. Cannot edit this layer, it's locked, okay. It's smart, usually. Outer glow. See, outer glow. See if outer glow works. Normal. Multiply. No. Darken? 100 opacity. Why isn't it working? None of it's working. Drop shadow? Let me try drop shadow. No. Drop shadow! That makes the branding so much better! Oh, no, I just want to test the, I guess you could do it with stroke and feather. I can't see it. Is it just because it's so big? Am I missing something? Let me try that again. Is this layer? Oh, it's the wrong layer. That's fine. I was like fixing it, and I was like, yes, it's good. Great. Let me see. All right, let me just take a look at this. Down by his chest was something when you change stuff. Oh yeah, it's the numbers and the rest of his harness that I thought of and created. This was one of the ideas that I... What? What? What happened there? What? Why did it change? Why did it change colors? It's orange too, like what? What is that? Why? Well, that's orange. Okay, I understand that. But like, what? Why does it do exactly that? Why does it? Okay, well, you know what? That looks kind of cool. It is. I feel like it is a little faded out though. That was kind of the idea there. So that brings it back. I don't really like that. I want it just on the bottom, if that would be possible. Like, what if I duplicate this and then hit that stroke, right? And then I just erase whatever the hell this is. Why? I've erased it. Why does it still exist? Can I not erase it somehow? Oh, there's the eraser. Okay. Soft round. Okay. What? What? Why? What? Oh, I think I understand. Okay. Working with text is a little difficult. It adds certain things. I guess we'll... I do need to make it read this. I don't know. This is more of the color of the branding. Like it's this crazy, crazy blue. I think there's a couple of brands that I wanted to try. Well, I'm gonna do these like quick, right? Some of my favorite brands like have kind of survived. These have specific fonts. I was using Equinox just to, you know, just to screw with it, but usually I would get my own font. I just feel like it fits very well. That's why. Oops. Except I didn't really like the S. So. I need like just a thin one to start, and then really thin, really thin. That looks about right, but it's tilted. Like I don't understand what's with that tilt. Okay, so I know which font I want. Let me just grab it, just make it. Real quick. This branding is great. I love it. I know what I want. Out of it. I just need some sort of turning to what's it called? Do what I want. Let me just install this font real quick. Freestyle script. It's really bad. Yeah, I feel like I would have to do it by hand if I wanted to know exactly what I want. But this is pretty close, and I could just bounce. Bounce it. Okay, wait, what? Can you... What happened? Okay, whatever, I guess. Okay, half the letters are retarded. Not sure why that is. Why? Is it because it's... Oh, there's no capitals. It's okay, we can make capitals. But yeah, this isn't what I wanted. I look different. What I want is like exactly this one. But this is a custom font that's been used by what's called a very big what's called IP. So I'm not gonna be able to use it, but maybe if I modify it enough, I can do something with it. I feel like combining the fonts would also work. Some of these letters work well. Like the E in Equinox. Yeah. Eh. I'm a big fan of this J. Eh. Eh. Up. What IP? Alien? But I did wanna get a couple of the letters in this one. I feel like it's, hey, as long as it's like, cause like some of the letters are really great. I love the way that it works. Like Equinox uses some of these letters. I feel like, um, this is probably a typography no. Can't do things like this. Combine fonts. Oops. Because the kerning is wrong. What are you doing? Pretty sure they use it in it's just so clean. I almost don't want to do what I'm about to do. Let me just test and see if, oh, what's it called? Shit, Equa. I wanted, what I want. What I want is, I want this thing, but I don't want it, this way. I want it in the, I feel like I just need to take this thing and just, it's not like a difficult to replicate font, but it actually kind of looks cool. Maybe. I'm gonna say maybe. Gotta be aligned with that H. Let me see if I can do that. That's 1. I think that's an 8 letter I've created. We could do something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna be mixing and matching a couple of IP. Oops. What is that? That's on this thing. Okay, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's kind of neat. I like that. It's funny what you can get just playing around with shapes. I always get lost when I do branding and stuff because it's like I could do this, I could do that, I could do all of this stuff. Let me see what the S looks like. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. What? Oh, is it already? Okay. Oh. What? No. No, 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 no. Yeah, wrong layer. Maybe. Maybe. I really like this font, I think the most out of all of them. Ooh, this one doesn't have... Branding is always like something I like to look at. I really do, because I feel like it's, I don't know, maybe not my forte. But I don't know. I feel like the one that they have is a little dated. That's the thing. So, I feel like there's a very clear vibe to it, but just a little dated. Just like a pixel up. I think this one's a little too much. Top tier art, baby. Saw some of your work off Reddit once, and you're just awesome. Hey, thank you so much, Dozer Bull. What's up, dude? How's it going? I'm just trying to get some of this. You know, you're like the first person to come here from Reddit. I was on. I just I had like one piece go crazy viral, and then like no click through. All those karma points. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Misspelling the in the subject line. Where is the E? Where is the E, man? Oh, here it is. Okay. I think I did an okay job with that E. Oops. What? Okay. I made some of those letters. So it's totally a different font, right? Is that how it works? I'm not sure if that's how it works. Is that S mine? I kind of made that. You made this, I made this. I want to make it a little bit thinner. That's gonna look really wonky because I'm not measuring it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a perfect one, and then just duplicate it. Oops. And that's the way the news goes. Oops. Just a pixel off. But yeah, it's difficult to get people's eyes on your work. Actually, I really like, you know what? I really like. Oh, it's baked in already. Okay. Oops. Too many actions. Duplicate, transform, and then. Alright, I'm gonna make it. I really like that it looks nicer when it's symmetrical. I might leave that in. I might do something like that. Probably connect this a little bit. Yeah, it's really hard to get click through, man. But you know, every time one of my pieces gets seen, I just feel really great about it, because it's like, now I can say something like, hundreds of thousands of people have seen my work, without lying. Without lying, no lie. The subject. Alright, let me just move this. Oops. Merge all this down. Where's... Oh shit, where's my other branding? Oh, right. It's over there. Okay. Okay. Thought I already... This one is 1. I'm gonna lock this real quick. Lock. The way you shade stuff seems to be unique. Thanks. You know, just regular stuff. I hand paint most of it, and I photo bash a lot of it, and I hand paint the rest, and then I photo bash, and then I hand paint, and then it comes out like this. Let me see. What did I want to do? Oh, I wanted to lock this one so I don't fuck it up. Classic. Alright, so that's 1. That's 2 that I'm kind of... Whoops. What I'd like to do here is I'd like to make it just... Why is there... What? Why is that? Oh. Okay. Alright. Let me go back to before I merge the layers. Brand. I'll turn that off now. I accidentally merged down the symbol in the top right corner. I gotta just merge that down into symbol, into the painting, the actual painting, so that it doesn't get lost. I thought it was a sword through a guy. The big picture that blew up, 13,000 up likes on Facebook or YouTube or Reddit. 13,000 up likes on Reddit, at least it was, and then it got you know, depreciated in value, as all art does. Was the butcher up narwhals. It's just like, I don't know what you call him. I don't know what you call him, man. I do know what you call him. It's like, I could show it to you. This one, if I can. I don't have it here. Just pop open a smaller version. Just to show it off. The butcher. The baker, the candlestick maker. I had to Google that and figure out what that was, because everyone kept saying it, and I was just like, uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Totally. Yeah, this one blew up. This is like one of my favorite ones. I did it with to try to practice some of the skills that were in a tutorial I was doing by one of my favorite artists, and I feel like a lot of that has stuck around even though I'm not expressly doing it. So tutorial works, best $15 I've ever spent, and yeah. Yeah, it works the good way. Like it does, like I've probably heard and done a lot of this stuff before, but like I guess the critique coming from a source I trust and something like that makes it all the more important to accepting it. And so I feel like I don't want it to be so close. Okay. No, don't flip it. I don't like it aligned that side. Maybe just a little lower. It's interesting because that's not my favorite picture you've done at all. Really? Which one do you like? This is so strange. Like every time I ask a different person, they choose something I would never choose. My favorite picture is always the last one. Because it's I can see the blemishes, and like the longer the time goes on, the more blemishes I see until it becomes unbearable to look at, and then it's just like, no, can't believe I've made this ever. Why? Which one is your favorite? Oh, it's always fun because like you just never know. I just never know like what someone's gonna say. It's always surprising. This is like one of those things that really screws with your ego because it's like I know what people like, and then it's like you really don't. You really don't though. um, yeah, yeah. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. And so it's always weird. It's always weird to ask people like, what do you think is the best one I've ever done? Everyone's got their own, what's it called? Own thing. But yeah, I'm stupefied as to how Brian modeled the thing already. That's just crazy. I don't know how he does it. He must like pay bacon bolts like when he's not working on the frog to start doing the modeling or some shit. That's probably what happens there. He's got bacon bolts in like a basement or something. It's just doing free 3D work for him. I don't know. I like this one a lot better than I like this one, but I'm gonna keep that one around for, you know, just for reasons. This one also has something baked into the bottom of it. I don't understand what could be there. There's just nothing there. All right, so I got two little knocks, and then I do want to take a look at. I feel like Alien got it right. Alien got it right for sci-fi. So much so that I'm actually gonna do a version of this that's just gonna be like more alien than not alien. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's do it this way. Let's do it. Whoops. Nope. Don't do that. This one looks more like Prey than Alien, and Prey I feel like stole that branding. Well, not stole, but like borrowed heavily. Let's just call it borrowing heavily. I think it would be around here. Oh, you know what? There's a tool in here that's like content aware transform. Let me see if I can just let me see if that works for me. Where is that? Where is that? That's like content transform filters review from working with Photoshop is difficult. Edit, I think it was free transform, but I don't want free transform. I want like content aware scale. Yeah, that looks really bad. I'm gonna keep that just in case, because that looks really unique. That's like a happy accident, I feel like. That C looks really cool. I really like that C. If I might keep that C for other things. That looks kind of cool, but it looks really unprofessional. So I actually no, I'm not gonna keep that. It's so weird. Okay, here we go. Deselect, I think. All right, here we go. I'm gonna just move it. Because kerning is important. Kerning is important. The space between the letters tells a huge story. In fact, like, if you read Derrida, he makes a lot of comments about the space between letters, which is really friggin' weird the first time I read it. But, like, the second time, I'm like, huh, maybe the space between the letters does tell a story. You're right. I really gotta, I gotta like select the whole image so that I can. That doesn't help. I don't know if that's the center of the image. I just know that. Yeah, because there's. If I layer this out and then I try to align it with the center. Yeah, yeah. That looks pretty aligned, even though I eyed it. I didn't do the math or anything like that. Like, usually you would do the math. They think, but these are sketches for branding. These aren't the finished branding. These are more like, hey, I have some ideas I feel like you could benefit from, and I feel like they would represent the idea a lot better. And if he doesn't like it, he doesn't have to pay for it. Like branding, I'm down with that for branding because honestly, not my best skill. I just see an opening and so I go for it, you know? I'm kind of relentless that way. It's relentless. What time are we at? 1:23. I'm leaving today at 6. It's 3:20. Let me see. Blade Runner. I get wanting that nostalgia. I get it. I understand. That line through the thing is kind of just cool, you know. I really like that. That's just like one of those elements you can't steal because it's just that good. But I look back on the 70s and it's things like the branding that I feel like haven't really survived. Where like hundreds of years, the meaning behind the branding hasn't survived. I feel like we're at different means now. At least that's what I'm thinking. Because if you look at like the old branding for Blade Runner, old one. What's it? It's like. I'm just gonna put Blade Runner Harrison Ford. Well, that's pretty good actually. That one survived. That one's actually better than the 2049 version. I feel like there was one that was like metallic or something and really cheesy. I don't like that one, but this one is pretty good. It's very simple, no tricks, just color. Very nice. Yeah, this one's just like really corny. I don't like that. This one too, pretty corny. To be honest. Darnis art. Loki versus Heimdall. Oh, that one. Yeah, that's huh. See, I never know. I never know like what people will like. I just do the stuff and then I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. You like this one? I like this one better than those. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, like this one honestly very cheesy. I get that they're going for maximum cheesiness because like this one nailed it. I mean, just black, red, uh, specific font right through the through the what's called. That's perfect. Alien had, out of all of them, like Alien, the not this one, not this one, this one, this font, and this like kerning. I feel like that is bellissimo. That is like one of the, I feel like one of my favorite ones for sci-fi branding. There's a lot of like Firefly really didn't nail it, I think. Like, let's see, Firefly. It's just really, really it says like teenage witch fantasy or some shit like that. Like what? Like it doesn't, like you look at something, it's like that isn't the name for that. That shouldn't be the name for that. Like Firefly, it's something like the name works, I feel like, but the way it's written, like girly and just like, I don't know. I would do that one differently. Not throwing any rocks at anyone, just like I would do that one differently. Doesn't match the feeling of the show or the what's it called. Battlestar Galactica. Let's see. This one's kind of cheesy, I'll be honest. I think when they did, what was it? Core there was another one. Like an offshoot for Battlestar. Yep, the branding, like it's neat. Like it does what it does, but it is pretty cheesy. It's pretty funny. Especially like if you go back and you look at it, very cheesy, super cheesy. The remake was not better. What's called wise, I think. This is the cheesiest though. That is just that just that like arc. It's what else? Star Wars is too iconic to mess with. I feel like just too iconic. It's too like it's too like great, I think. Can't really do much with that. It's just let's see, what was the last one? Force Awakens? The Last Jedi? You see what the branding for that was. Yeah, this is great. You can't screw with it because it's the same one. It's the same one, and then it's just like turned, spread out font for the subtitle. This is good. There's nothing to say. Same thing here. Just, you know, that branding will always be that branding. You can't change it. It's like a fixture. What did I want to look up to so that I could just have an idea, some more ideas? That offshoot Battlestar Galactica. What was that called? It was like it was the planet that they came from. I forget. It was like Cortazon or Cordelon. Caprica. There we go. Caprica. I never watched the what's it called, but I saw it and I'm just like, huh, maybe I'll take a look at it. It looks interesting. The last thing I wanted to take a look. Shit. Can't remember what I wanted to see. Oh yeah, that's right. Stargate. Stargate has just like a really great A in there. Just great. The rest of it sucks. Like this font shadow that's just like really weird. Universe had pretty great branding, I think. It's just clean, it's simple. Everyone hated that show. But the branding, I feel like, is right there with even the red one, I would say. So a lot of these brands like bring their stuff into like, this is really gay. I don't like this. This is some nonsense. I don't understand what this is. This is like, really? This is like an official one? This is fucking awful. Sorry. I mean, it's not on par with the rest of the branding considerations and should probably have not been made available. Sorry, what did I say? Oh no, I've got a mouth. I gotta clean my mouth up. Darnis was pretty good. Same branding. They didn't really change it. And let me see. What was the one for Atlantis? They just added more of those A's. Stargate Atlantis. No, you know what? It's solid. It's solid. I don't know. Because it's like it didn't come out in the 70s, but it still kind of has that feeling to it. I like slim fonts, to be honest. Slimmer the better. That's me. Yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. Whoever did their DVD stuff is godsend. They probably like, oh, yeah, I guess this is better. But comparatively, like, cause some of the, I don't think that's an official one. It's just like, no, I don't think so. I think we're gonna do that one. But yeah, something like that would be cool if I knew more about, like, cause like there's a lot of elements in there that, like this gate or Stargate, like the best branding has to incorporate an element of the thing that it's describing. I feel like it's like the Trojan golfer thing. It's like it's a Roman helmet, but it's also a golfer. I feel like that's like one of the better brandings I've ever seen. Out of these, I think I like this one a lot. Personally, I feel like it describes, like, when you look at it, if you take away the image, there's like a bunch of shit all over the place. Wait a second, what? Merge that down. That's really weird. Oh, it's the symbol, right? Okay. Like, if you were just looking at the branding, it just says, you know, sci-fi. Not the friendliest type. A little bit of scariness. I don't know. I much prefer it to this one. And then you could screw around with it, like you can do. This one looks like friendly. That's the one thing that I don't like about it, is that it looks friendly, I think. And you could screw around with the probably like stroke it, and then in the back I would do like an outer glow. Really Where we get that fear element. I mean, there's already an outer glow on the Actually, let me before I do all that, let me see if the now that says horror to me. It's difficult to read. Um, Makes it, you know, kind of has that. Not. I'm gonna make a what's it called? You know what? Let me Wait, what is this nonsense? Like, I constantly do this. Like, wait, what is? Just do I have stuff on this too? No, no, just this. I think. Okay, I'm just layer cut. I kind of almost don't want to include this one because it could skew the perception. The other thing is, like, I think this one could be okay if it was less gradienty. Maybe less fat. Something like that. I don't know. It's a little fat for my liking. That is very jittery. I like some of these. I would go with the jittery one. Maybe not so jittery. That's a little bit too jittery, I feel like. But you can't see it. And it doesn't really look too different. I like whatever. I'm gonna just drop these in his inbox. If he likes them, he likes them. If he doesn't like them, then like whatever. It took me like 10 minutes. But, you know, just on a day's work. Where's that flipping tool? Not really a graphic design guy, so I can understand why you wouldn't want someone to touch your baby without, like a whole body of work. But yeah, I feel like I put his in there so that he can be like, oh, okay, this is like, I'm gonna compare it to this, and then it's like, okay, that's 70. I don't know. We'll see. If he likes it, he likes it. If he doesn't, then whatever. No sweat off my back. Not too much sweat off my back. All right, let's see. I feel like that one looks the best, and that's why I have it on top, and it actually looks like it's supposed to be there. Okay. And I feel like, because it seems, it's like, that is really scary, It doesn't look nice. It looks uncomfortable to read. I think that's what I was going for, and I think that it works. And so, but yeah, to pop it out, like that's the thing with graphic design. I think that's why they get paid so much, is that it's not the time spent, it's the ability to do it. Like not everyone can just like screw around with it, which is why I kind of like the idea of it. It's low time, but it's high versatility. And that's why they get paid so much. You could line up those E's. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Nah. I feel like I want it to be like the second line to be turned differently. Almost to the point where I'm just like, maybe I can make it a little fatter. Something like that. But that's losing the what's it called? So I'm gonna do that. But like that could be like one of the things. That's like, yeah. All right. Anyway, I feel like that will work. And then these guys, I'm gonna. What's this layer? Okay, yeah. These guys, I'm gonna export to another file. Kate. France. What? What's that? Your screen is shaking? How did you do that? Making a smoothie? Really fucking quick. I don't know, buy that laptop. You do that? Just order it. It's that easy. Oh, what did I want to do? It's like a cat. It just has to work go away. I'm just doing something. I'm streaming. Get out of here. Go away. Go away. The other thing is, I could also do a gradient overlay on one of these. Make it stand out more. I don't know. I like the jittery one. I think that one's best. Let me save this. PSD. Okay. Just for later, just in case. Although, again, it's like this thing where it's like I just have no idea what people like. Oops. Delete. 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 Delete, delete, delete. Simple and clean now. Alright. See, even after all this time, not much has really changed. I mean, I've put in a couple lines here, taken out a couple lines there, but it's like there's not much that I can do, like pushing it forward. I just don't see the errors, and that means that's as far as I can push it generally. It's an error. Why did I put this in?
Yeah.
Go away. Get out of here. You're bothering me. Please tell me that's not the branding. Oh no, it's just me catching. Okay. There's really not many changes that I've done. Just small things. It really is getting to that point where it reads, like, I think. Especially the branding. With the branding, I feel like that reads really, really well. That's very effective, I think. My opinion, though. Just my opinions. I like what I did with that S. I think that's a good one. I don't get this too crazy. Fuck, our screen is shaking. I don't understand how your screen can shake. Also, branding considerations. I feel like some of this you could zoom in on and make it effective. Some of this is left in because it has to read well in the thumbnail. So like some of those lines, they literally exist to read well. And if I take them out, then it stops reading well at the thumbnail level, and this is essentially for thumbnail, so the branding doesn't read well from like here. I don't know what you would use that size for though. That like I feel like that defeats the purpose at this point. No one's really looking at it. What I would do at that point, if that like the branding was selected, however, I would probably make it bigger, make it vectored. Try to think, because like that's what's happening there. It's just like it's failing to rasterize it at that scale. Or you know what I would do? I'd pop it in and oh, what's this? Looks like it. It's not bad. Thank you. Yeah, at that point I would just I would have to make it bigger because it's just so small. Like thin fonts don't do well at the smallest level. That's like the one downside, right? That's the one downside to having a cool, slim looking font that's futuristic and awesome. Is that it does not read well at like really tiny ones. I feel like I would just go over, I would go over it. I would make that thumbnail a separate file and I would go over it pixel by pixel. And just that would work, I think. It would be like 1 pixel wide. I feel like that could work. You know, I'd have to darken in and all these things, but I feel like that could work. It could work. The thing with the fat font, I guess, is the one good thing with the fat font is that it keeps on ticking. Keeps on ticking even if you shrink it down. But yeah, I don't know what else to do. I think this one's like Has done it yet. Don't have the skill to push forward. I did. Every time I save it, I find like that little mistake that I was like, oh. Just slightly. This thing. The file is so big. It's like 20 megabytes for a JPEG, which is insane. I have to actually like Google Drive this image in order to share it. I don't like working at this high res. But it's required because it's got to be print quality. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? You know, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Do it. I need a better computer. That's what I need to do. Let me share it. Yeah, it's like the one thing, right? That it's like, come on. Come on. The chat is Alright, here we go. Copy link, link view. It's probably not gonna. You have to hit. He's probably not, like ever. No one ever friggin' like. No one ever downloads the image. And then they get back to me, and it's like, why did you send me low res? This is only 500 pixels. It's like, yes, you gotta hit the, you gotta hit the right button, otherwise it doesn't work. I'm like, did you hit that button? Preemptively, I try to tell them, and then they're just like, no, I didn't. Well, you gotta hit it, and then everything will be Gucci. Because Google, I don't know what it does. Its image viewer, it compresses things. And so I can't even. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Cause like sources, Google doesn't like when you look at its sources. It's like, what is it? Control Shift F12. No, that didn't do it. Hold on. Control Shift I, L, K, M, N. Control Shift. Um, More tools. Developer tools. Control Shift I, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you hit sources and you go through it. Inspect element. Yeah, it downsizes it to 659.74. Ah, alright. Likes it. Great. That res is like 960. You have to hit the download button. Google downsizes. Oh, I forget. Like, sometimes I type and I speak at the same time, and I don't forget. I don't remember that I'm streaming this. Oh shit. Yep. Merge. Oh, you know what I'll do? Screw it. I'll send it as a PS. Doesn't really matter. I guess send it as a PDF. I feel like that would be more easy to access. And it wouldn't have to. What's 300 megabyte upload? It's like pop. Google Drive though doesn't care. Incoming frame rate decrease. Incoming frame rate decrease. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to delete the other files though, because all of those are like 4 gigabytes each, so I have like 15 gigabytes of this one file backups. So that's a no-no. I don't have really big hard drives. That's another reason I don't like that. My hard drive is shit and I have to delete stuff. I need to get a bigger hard drive. I need to get a bigger hard drive because it's like, but if you count it up, 400, 1 gigabyte, that's 1400, 220, 330, 330, 337, 35, 335. Branding doesn't take up too much space. I can just upload that too. Why not? Why not? I feel like it's nice branding, and so yeah. Before Grump gets a legitimately highly paid graphic designer. I need stuff for portfolio for graphic design because I haven't really done it enough. It doesn't take any time, which is nice. But I feel like when I do it, I don't really enjoy. I don't really enjoy the what's it called, the feeling of it. When I'm painting, it feels nice, but like when it's graphic design, it just feels very stale. I don't know what that feeling is like exactly. I did want to finish this image. So I have stuff to do. Open up everything in Photoshop, even like documents. It's like I need to like resize this thing and all this other stuff. Let me just see what is going on in this thread. Okay. Sure. Yes. Okay. Her arms are like freakishly long. All right, so I don't need all that. I can just merge that down. What are we at? 300. That's good. New layer. Freakishly long arms. How am I gonna fix those? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pop them up a little bit. Duplicate this layer. Merge it to the levels. That is still updating, so I can't send it off. Very nice website you have. Do you ever do traditional media as well? Hey Con, what's up, dude? No, not really. I stick to what's called digital for the most part because I honestly like the way I work. I wouldn't have the time to even finish a piece per year. In traditional, it would take me too long now. The way that I have come up with my process, the way I work, it'd take me multiple years. Years on years. I really like this shape. I think I'm gonna steal and copy. Put it all over the place. Medium. I like your rugged style though. Yeah, thanks, dude. I do like the ruggedness. I don't want it to be too rugged, but I feel like I have a way of painting, and then it's like this arm is also freakishly big. The last image I finished is pretty solid, I think. I could legitimately see it as a piece of work that you would show someone and not be repulsed by. So that's good. For now, I feel like that feeling is gonna fade in a couple of days. Let's say days. I saw a glimpse of it. The man with the bag over his head. Yep. Commissioned from a indie game studio. Man with a bag over his head. That's what they came to me with, you know? They're like, I need a man with a bag over his head. And I was like, I can do that. I can do that. Absolutely. No problem. No problem. Yeah, I think they're happy with it. I'm not absolutely sure. It's pretty good, I think. You know, if there's iterations and stuff, you can get through it. Use of life on it was very nice. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I think I got a lot of the, you know, the scenario, like more or less. Like some parts, I think I'm not absolutely sure on, because the way I needed it to work was for the thumbnail. So I left parts of it kind of lit a little bit more than they should be. Like the arms should probably not be so lit, but you know, gotta light it. You gotta light it. You gotta light it. Dun 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 dun. do is I'll probably have like parts robot and then parts like human, and it'll be like in the background. Let's see. This one I started like a long time ago now, but I never finished it, and so I really want to get to this one. It's been sitting there as like in the to-do pile for a very long time. I've taken a long time on this one image because of work and everything else and all these other things that I'm doing. And so did want to get this done. Unless I get another commission and then it's going into the to-do pile again. Then it's rest in pastrami's. Rest in pastrami's. Very sci-fi. Very what's. Can I ask the price on something like the man with the bag on? I usually go. Well, since it's a studio, you know, I charge them a little extra because they usually have more money and you know they want a higher standard of work, and so they require things like iteration and stuff, and so that it. I charge about 150, something like that. 150. Private clients, a little less because the quality of the work doesn't have to be as high. I mean, it still has to be very high, and I don't like make worse work because it's a private client. But there's a lot of quagmires when working for something that's going to be seen by people, marketing purposes, things like that. And so it's you got to have certain resolution that you have to work in. There's all kinds of things that there's just it would be difficult to do, and so you charge a little extra. Yeah, Bazary, this is from like I started this like I started this like a month ago, and I didn't finish it exactly. And so it's like, is it something new? Sort of. Sort of. I'm basically done with the commission now, so I think I'm done. But yeah, there's all kinds of things like, hey, we need this and that, and so it becomes a little bit more expensive. Yeah, for a private client, if you don't have all those considerations, if you just need me to do the things that I do, and you don't ask too much, it's usually around like $80 for a private client. I would say would be a good spot. Not too much, not too what's called very affordable. If you're working minimum wage, I feel like that's the end cap, and I feel like the work is good, and so yep. I struggle big time with it, so I'm ending up with all the pieces myself. Yeah. I get what you're saying. I absolutely get what you're saying. I don't know. I think I'm on like the low end of the pricing spectrum, but I'm not necessarily on the lowest end of the quality spectrum. So right now, while I, just getting my feet wet, you can get a good deal, and high quality and everything done, and I believe I'm good to work with. I don't know. You'd have to read the testimonials. I'm not trying to put out a lot of bad work into the world, so every piece gets a very personal touch. It's a very nice price. I feel like if the furries are paying this price, then I feel like regular people can pay this price. The furries are paying this. I think you have to underestimate in terms of price in the beginning. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Not too much, but you know, enough to get your foot in the door. And once you have, you know, a couple of companies that you work for, some of this work is published, you know, it's like, okay, that's very passable. After that, then it's like, okay, buddy, that's where the gravy train ends. When you start putting in the, you know, actual work, actual hour work ratios, you know, like, because these do take a long time, so it is what's called. And there is a level of expertise and stuff like that attached, so you gotta, yeah, slowly climbing my way up, slowly. I'm not trying to make all the money in the world. I'm just trying to get enough that I can pay my bills and, you know, get dental coverage. Because as you know, freelancing does not have Social Security or health insurance or any of that, so yeah, it's difficult. And as I understand it, there's a lot of people trying to get this job. Yep, I am in the Americas. So I actually have another job that I do, you know, just to get that Social Security and some of that bread money out of the way, so I don't have to necessarily, you know, do anything I don't want to do. That is important. Some sort of robot arm. Yeah, I've heard that it's better to like just live somewhere else, but unfortunately, like, my wife works here, so we're not moving anywhere else. We're not moving anywhere else. We have a, you know, decent quality of life here. We might move to someplace that's a little bit less expensive, because New York is a little bit expensive. Maybe, we'll see. 225. Don't have to go anywhere, but I do have to set a timer for myself so that I know what I'm doing. New York, yep. New York. Yeah. Yeah, we probably have to move out. Crime rate is sky high. The only good thing is that there's a lot of takeout. Not a good takeout. And, you know, if you want to do stuff like go to Broadway or something, stuff that I don't really care for, or go to a museum, like, I don't know, I just like, I sit all day and I'll like fucking play video games. And I don't know. I feel like as soon as I'm out, I'm gonna be like, you know what? It would be really great. You know, it would be really great. Really want to go to a museum, so I'm gonna fly out to New York. Yeah, I don't think so. I doubt that, but yeah, that's usually how it happens. Usually how it happens. So I'm just gonna do a, a pass on this. Also, Grump, if you're listening, I could design scenes and story. So if you need like narrative structure, I'm your man. That is one of my main skills though, so, I'm gonna hit you with that big bucks. Them big bucks, you know it. Shit. He is here. Fuck. I gotta think before I speak. I really do have to think before I speak. I am not a good speaking thingamabobber. Like, yeah, let me sell you on this image. Like, the subject. What I get from the title? What I get from the title is someone who's being operated on, the subject of experimentation. So I was like, okay, This was 2 months ago before you actually gave me the job, but you said, hey, do some sci-fi stuff and then we'll talk about it. I was like, okay, let me do an environment. Let's just feel this guy out because I don't know what you want. So, and then I'm like, okay, the environment didn't really pan out. I like the environment, but whatever, doesn't matter. As I understand it, it's going to be taking place in not a terrestrial area. It's going to be like a space station or something like that. Because why else would you need a ship to get into space? Of course. So yeah, I think I banged this up, like parts of it up, and then like I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just drawing some sexy ladies. Let's see if you guys like that. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, this is my interpretation of the title. Anyway, but yeah, boy. Since the hero has a mask on, I don't actually know if it's male or female. Or bag, not mask. Mask would be the wrong word. Where things are whenever you're free to do so. Yep, I'm like uploading it like right now, and it's just like it's taking a while because I'm also streaming. Let me see if they are uploaded, and then I'll. Oh, they are. Okay, Google is the best. I sent you the high res JPEG, but I don't know, like JPEG printing probably not as great. And then like you probably know this already, but just do this thing. Proof setup, working simp, save as PDF. Like when you're ready to do those prints, because like this is like one of those things that's just like really well hidden for some reason. You probably know this, but if you don't hit the working simp proof setup, it doesn't set up the printer file, and then it's like it makes it really dark. You probably know this, but like I like to reiterate these things because like it's just like every time I gotta repeat it, so I just repeat it. If you know it already, then that's perfect. But if you don't, like, no shame. It's like it's some kind of weird Photoshop thing. Anyway, let me just get the file link here for you because it is done. Thank you, 200 megabyte internet, the best. I love it. They upgraded me, and they were like, you know what, we're upgrading you, and you're gonna have to pay more, but not much more since like you're what's it called, but like the way I had it was 50 megabyte internet, and I was paying 60 for it, and then they upgraded me to 200, and now I'm paying 70 for it. I haven't had to print stuff like that since school. Yeah, it's like it's a thing you forget, and so like yeah, just shareable link. Shareable. Wait, call. Happy with them. Shoot me a piece. Oh yeah, yep. Right. Yep. That's one. That's the brands. You can throw away the other ones. They're all the same size as the what's called. I basically exported it from the what's called. So it's exactly that size, and the PSD will. think have it also not separate, so you can just turn off that layer, toggle it, because that's the good one. That's the one I think I like out of the iterations that I 230 megabytes. So that's a big download, big file. Get that for you too. Anyone with the link can view. I think that's correct. Just make sure. Just making sure. Okay, perfect. Yep. Sorry, yeah, I don't pay attention to Discord, so I missed those messages. It's cool that you came into chat. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for the work. I appreciate it. It was a fun project. I really liked it, actually. I do like me some sci-fis. I was like just before I was just going through all the sci-fi series that I really enjoyed throughout the years, and I was just like, yeah, this. Cause branding, you know, you gotta hit those, oh, that looks like this things, you know. So I went through all of it, like Battlestar Galactica, Alien, Stargate, all those. Awesome job and great responding feedback. If you maybe didn't agree, yeah. I what's it called? I whenever I don't agree, I just let you know, and then if you don't, then it's fine. At the end of the day, I understand that I'm not the one making these decisions, and I actually don't have to pay the price of being wrong. So, like at the end of the day, like obviously I want it to succeed, but the skin in the game is like negligible compared to someone who's launching their own product. I feel like that guy has to call you have to make the executive decisions as the art director, as the guy that's the CEO. Like oh shit, I just fucked up that like yeah. So you are like totally in the right there. But if I feel like I gotta put my foot down just to see if you will respond, because like sometimes I feel like, okay, this I can see where this guy's going, but I feel like this one is such a good change here, and so yeah, so I'll put my foot down and see what happens. But if you don't, like, if you at the end it'd be like, nah, I really don't, then it's like, all right, whatever, man. Not a big deal. Just I always have backups. I have like 6 gigabytes of backups for your file. So like, since you're happy with it and like since we're good, I'm just gonna get rid of those. So yeah, cause like just in case I don't like I don't like the what's it called. The feeling that like, cause I don't know, for me it's always better. The next iteration is always gonna be better until I can't go any further, and at that point, then it just becomes like, I'm not sure if it's better. It's not noticeably better. It's not like, it's not it's not doing the things, and so at that point, it's like I don't know what I'm doing, and yeah. But until I get to that point, like every iteration is better. So I just like usually I don't make backups. I fly by the skin of my own shorts, or I make like a layer once every 3-6 hours. Finally got some time off work. Well, sort of. I get to come in at 4 o'clock now, so I'll have more time to actually paint. Damn, she has some thick thighs right now. Girl is thick. Very thick. Gotta tone those down. yeah, boy. Yeah, so I'll be here for another 20 minutes, and then I gotta eat, wash, get my uniform ready. It's great that it's physical work. I don't have to think much. So like I can do like I figured out I can do 2 jobs like easily. Not even no big deal. As long as they're not two of the same job. Like, I feel like I couldn't be like, I don't know, someone who makes a lot, like a CEO or something, and also an artist or something like that. I couldn't do that. That's like, those are two in the same domain, and I'd be screwed. But I'm gonna cut off his arm. It's gonna be an artistic decision, and then it's just gonna be like, oh, where does his arm? This side is supposed to be just the bones, I guess, and then too Westworldy. Too Westworldy. I'll probably mix it up. Make it a box instead of a circle. Box with rounded corners. Innovation. Concept design. Something like that. I'll think about it. It's definitely what's it called. Yeah, but again, as with art, it's like no one's wrong, no one's like anything like that. It's just like there's opinions. Everyone wants their own thing. So yeah. It's always like a thing. But yeah. Art. What is better? The most difficult question, The most difficult question. What is better? If you can answer that question, then you're done. Answer that question consistently. The problem though is, right, how do you test whether someone is answering that question consistently, correctly? And so it becomes very, very, very difficult. I'm gonna make my life a little easier. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, that's almost perfect, actually. Okay. Too bad it's in the wrong spot. Almost perfect. Is Grump modeling now? No, he's doing Photoshop. I don't like the fact that I can tell what you're doing. I feel like that's a big no-no. For me, anyway. I feel like I don't want people to know what I'm doing. Grump is screwing around in Photoshop. Sorry, working. I forget that like what we do isn't screwing around. Sometimes I like my brain goes to that for some reason. We're working. My brain is still set to regular people, and so it's like art isn't hard work, man. It's just like something you have fun doing. Yeah, for some reason, like after getting a job that's like physically a little bit more strenuous, it's just like this isn't so hard. I could do this. That sort of, but like in the same way that I learned to work hard because of art, and then like I'm using that for that other place. It's just like it's like a circle, man. It's a violent circle. also want him to have that thing in his belly. I don't know what that is. Nuclear power plant. Whatever it is, it works. Some sort of testing facility. But yeah, back on this again. Small break from it. After you take a break from something, you immediately see like what is going wrong with an image. You just like really like take a step back, and like those arms, like I saw them, but I wasn't like, you know what, maybe I could just leave them, whatever. Sean saw him, he's like, no, those arms are fucking, they're too long. And I'm like, oh, whatever, I guess I have to make a difference and change it then, whatever. God damn it. But yeah, I saw them too, but I'm like, I was like, maybe I could just leave it in, you know, let's see if I can, it's like, my brain, sometimes it's like, it shortchanges me, which is not good. It's actually a skill that I've had to kind of develop, is noticing when my brain is starting to do these things and to stop it. And that's like paying attention, you know, being mindful of, you know, what you're doing. Mindfulness, I guess people call it. Definitely a skill, not a regular thing you just do. It's very handy for what's it called, for art, because I don't know, it's difficult to be honest with yourself and say, okay, this really is the last ounce of, you know, energy I have, and that is all I've got, and then there's no more juice, blood from a stone. It is difficult to figure out where that last level thing is, because usually you wait a day and then it's like, oh, final 3.jpg, final 7.jpg, and it just like keeps going. So, you know, if you have time for it, usually what's it called, that's what really is really is important, is, you know, taking that time, you know, really waiting, really like, okay, well, you know, here's where I am, here's where it is. Is that it? You know, can I do a little bit more? Can I push it just a little further? And always trying to just push just the smallest, tiniest bit further. Always just trying to get that just a little bit more. And I hope that like people see that. That is important to me. That every piece is just a tiny, because like that tiny little thing might represent a very large amount of effort, of time, of like technical skill up, you know, something like that. And so it's like, if people like at least notice that there's a change, you know, there's a delta there between those images, then I'm doing as good as I can. Because it is like you can bullshit your way through an image, and then like the next image is better, and you're just like, yeah, that's right, I gained a level. Got that, you know. But yeah, if you try your hardest every single time, and you're just unrelenting in everything you do, it doesn't matter what you do, because there's like, I don't know, Jordan Kermit, my favorite person, tells this parable of Cain and Abel, and he kind of says, oh, there's two types of people in this world. And I think, I'm not sure if that's what he says, but he tells the parable, and he's like, well, this is how you interact with the world. And I think he's right. Like, I don't know if they got that right. I feel like some elements of human nature are in um, just like unalienable, undisputable, and have been for centuries, millennia, you know. And there's like, oh, well, to summarize it, it's like, well, there's Cain and there's Abel, and that's the what's and you can be like one or the other, really. Um, okay, I've got a Discord message. Hold on, let me just. I can't read the. Yuppers. All right, that's good. That's solved. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's Cain and there's Abel. You can be, and I've noticed that this is like mostly true. You can be a Cain or you can be an Abel. I think he makes the comment that like you're either one or the other and you can't really change it, something like that. I think that's what he says. I'm not absolutely sure. I don't think that's true. If that is what he says, I'm not sure. I feel like you can go from being a Cain to being an Abel. But I don't know. I see these people like I doubt very seriously the connection between what Kermit describes as mythological truth that and reality, actual reality, like this is what happens in the real in you know, in this case it is kind of mythologically like those strands of human nature, they're still there like to this day, and like the story of Cain and Abel is literally thousands of years old. So, you know, this is why I've kind of stopped, you know, being like, I don't know, like I used to have like, what was it, like 2000 and something, 2012, 2000, something like that, like 10 years ago. It used to be very, very hard on religious people, and I'm still kind of like, well, though that there's no reason to believe that set of ethics is the right set of ethics, but I no longer think that they're just, you know, insane. I think they have, you know, their set of ethics, and some of it is very rooted in truth. A little outdated, I think, but yeah, I think there's something to respect there because it's a set of ethics that survived for a very long time, and not every set of ethics can say that for itself. Like, what did the Egyptian think? You know, that what we should do with slaves or something like that. That hasn't really survived that long. We don't know. Like, I don't know off the top of my head, but I do know the Bible passage, and so like and a lot of people know it. So it's like, huh. I know the Bible passages because I debate and stuff on the internet. You gotta tell them they're wrong. Otherwise, how would they know? Yeah, talking shit online is it's very addictive. I gotta tell you. This is why I've made considerable efforts to curb that addiction. and it's a like, you know, 12-step program. Everyone has one. Doesn't matter what it is. For me, it's like talking shit online. For someone else, it could be alcoholism. You know, doesn't matter. Everyone's got something that they're, you know, a vice. A vice of some sort. As long as you get ahead of it, I think it's fine, you know, because like some people don't get ahead of it and they end up in a really cushy job, a really nice position, no, writing for Guild Wars 2 or something like that. And then they keep doing that. They keep having that problem of ethics, and every problem of ethics has a punishment. Um, and like there might not be such a thing as karma, but ethics has, like any other set of like game theory rules, has repercussions. So you know, if you, as long as you get ahead of that train that's heading you, right? As long as you just like get just 1 centimeter ahead of it, I think. It doesn't have, it could be the closest call, but as long as it doesn't touch you, because you figured out what you need to figure out, then you're good, right? I think. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, I'm gonna cut you down. Sooner or later, gonna cut you down. Mr. Cash has all the... Yeah, it's funny. Like if you look at things through a certain lens, you really do start seeing things that might not be there. Like, was Johnny Cash talking about karma? Was he talking about, you know, a set of ethics for operating in the world? I don't know. I don't think so. But maybe he was. Who knows? Who knows? Dun 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 dun. So yeah, I feel like I've gotten ahead of the train, but I'm still like kind of talking about it. So who knows? Maybe I haven't. Maybe I just feel like I have gotten ahead of that train. There's a character in Conan Exiles. It's really cool. It's a frost giant who's completely woke to the fact that the external world isn't real. Like, cause it's a game, right? It's a game, so of course that world isn't real, right? But like the allegory there is that, well, have you questioned the nature of your existence? Hey, Lady Linny, what's up, dude? Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, so working through it. Gonna have something cool at the end. But yeah, he's a a religious scholar in the game. He teaches you the things you need to make an altar of Ymir, and it's I don't know. It's just such a cool little addition to the game. I don't know. Like, have you ever dreamt in this place? I haven't. There are no. There's nothing real here. Some of the things he says. You are but a dream. It's funny because I don't actually dream personally. I only dream once I get like no, when it's like 4th of July or something. 4th of July or yeah, I think that's like the only time. 3:30. 3:30. I'm going at 4 today. Well, I'm going to get there at 4. I'm gonna cut this one up. It's gonna be just half of him. I do have to start preparing though since it's 3 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Appreciate ya. Hope you enjoyed. Got a lot of work done today. A lot of work. A lot of work. Let me just check if I separated it out because I'm not sure if I did. I think I did. No, I didn't separate it out. I just have it on a separate layer. But yeah, this one was very fun to do. I really liked it. I think it came out pretty good for, you know, if you zoom out a little bit, or if you just just gave him an eye. What brush is that? What is that? Why does it have a hole in it? Very angry eye. Arr, matey. Anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for coming by. And I'll see you all next time.